Well. It looks like some OVO members is finally starting to talk and get some things off their chest. Baka Not Nice revealed that he almost actually responded to Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us" diss. But hey, Drake said, "Don't do it. I got it. Don't even worry about it." Let's hear more about this in-depth interview with Hot Freestyle that is located in Canada and see what all Baka Not Nice had to say.
And Baka got a weird case. Why is he around?
At first, my first initial thing was to respond
Mhm.
and respond quickly,
Yeah.
very efficiently,
Mhm.
and very to the point.
Very directly.
Yeah, and but like it was like it started brewing in me because where I come from, like that shit doesn't happen. Like you can't just call out a man and not have paperwork
Yeah.
to back up your talks. Like
Yeah.
that is it's ludicrous.
It
and
is.
then like to see like a whole nation behind it and celebrating it like it's
Yeah.
a true story is unbelievable because everybody has to understand like I have a kid, Drake has a kid, you know what I mean? So like making accusations like that are like
Yeah.
ridiculous and
It is.
out of this world, you know what I'm saying?
Heard that one of them little kids might be day free.
And so but like what I was going to tell you is this, like I was building up a lot of anger and stuff like that, but then I got a call and I don't know why I got this call. It's like God said something to him or
Yeah.
something, but the boy, sorry, it might not have been a call, it might have been a text message, but he messaged me
Yeah.
and he's like, yo, I know what you're feeling. I know you as an individual and
Yeah.
I know how you get down,
Yeah.
but I'm just letting you know, like, don't listen to the noise because it's noise. And
Noise.
if you go back and look at all these people that are saying things or having anything to say, they're not even actual real people. They're like bots.
Exactly.
So like, don't let that shit bother you, bro.
Facts.
Like, and you know what? Like, I mean, it's not a good thing, but they're calling your name. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like they're gonna get over this crap because they're
Yeah.
gonna realize that it's crap, and then they're gonna go do their own research. And when you do your own research, you're gonna be like, wow, this guy made up a whole story about something that isn't even true, and it makes you look weird to me. I don't know.
It does.
But I want to say one thing to America, and y'all need to like get yourself together because, yo, making accusations on people, serious accusations like that, you need to have paperwork. That is the rule, like number one rule that everybody goes by. So don't switch up. That's all I'm gonna say.
And there you have it. Mr. Baka Not Nice himself had his own feelings about what happened during the beef. Now, on this clip here, you see where Baka is actually, this is on his Facebook, and it's real quick. I wanted to show this, where he had a picture of Dave Free here, and with a quick glance, you'll see where it states paperwork. So I guess that's his idea of paperwork. And Baka had some other things to say about what America should do. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute, but let me clear my throat real quick. I took it upon myself to look up Baka's arrest or what have you from the Toronto Sun, and this was in 2015 when they described what happened. So you're right, Baka. We all need to look up things to make sure we have a case. And we'll get more about that later. Everybody need to look up the paperwork to make sure it's true. And what you did inadvertently was made all of us look up your information, you dummy. So again, you're gonna go from Baka Not Nice to Baka Not Needed. You keep talking. Hush, okay? But this is from the Toronto Sun. This is dated 2015. And so I'm going to read to you what they stated, okay? We're going to break this down. It says a member of rapper, he's really not a rapper, he's a pop star, but I'm not going to add anything. A member of rapper Drake's entourage was sentenced to 6 months in jail for assaulting a woman during a domestic dispute. Travis Savory pleaded guilty to assaulting a 22-year-old Toronto woman and failing to comply with his recognizance conditions for unrelated Brampton firearm charges, which were withdrawn earlier this year. Now, Savory is 37 years old. His girlfriend is 22 years old. Let's 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 take it back. His girlfriend, or this woman, is supposed to be his girlfriend. Is 22. He assaulted her. He's 37. Okay. He was sentenced to 6 months in jail on April 7th from Finch Ave Court, but was allowed to go free since he spent 10 months in custody after his arrest in June 2014. So this is where he's talking about, well, I really didn't serve anything because, I was free right afterwards, but that's because you were already in jail waiting on the trial, right? The charges of procuring for prostitution and human trafficking were dropped because the woman did not testify. Understand something. They were trying to call this woman his girlfriend. She was, in fact, an escort. I want to ask you all a question, especially the men. Men, you have a girlfriend who we won't even put the age, but you have a girlfriend and she's an escort. And she's an escort. And she makes good money being an escort. Name the one reason why her being an escort would not bother you. I'll wait. Time's up. Usually, when a person is an escort and they have a boyfriend who full well knows that they're an escort, guess what that means that boyfriend is? You guessed it, PIMP. I have not known any man that is willfully cool with their girlfriend being an escort, and they're okay with that. Now, if those two are in that type of lifestyle, which is a rarity, usually, you don't see a man involved with that unless they're into that type of thing, which she wouldn't really be called an escort. Hell, they'll be an escort couple, I guess. But let's look at the age. He's 37. She's 22. So that's what, a 15-year age difference? And she's an escort. So the only reason why he was able to walk free from those charges is because she relocated and left. Okay, don't nobody know who she is, what she is, where she at, nothing like that, right? She moved, never to be seen again. So when Baka talks about having a weird case, and he's upset about that, then what? And we all look at what happened. You mean to tell me you think somebody's not going to question this? This is a weird case. Listen to this part. Crown attorney Catherine, I can't say her last name, Rogozinski, I think that is, told Justice Antonio DeZio that the alleged victim of the human trafficking and prostitution charges spoke to the police and indicated that she didn't want to testify at the proceedings. She said she hasn't had contact with the accused and wasn't pressured to not testify. This is what she said. The woman has since moved and hadn't informed the police of her new address. She hadn't been subpoenaed to testify because police couldn't locate her court heard. Okay? Savari or Savory and the victim became involved in an argument when she discovered him passed out drunk at home while French fries were burning in the oven. That's what they state. That seems kind of weird too. But nobody was there. Okay. The victim chastised Savory and he pushed her to the floor. She lay in shock, crying for an hour. Rogozinski said, reading from an agreed statement of facts. So they both agreed. He apologized, and the woman who worked as an escort phoned police a few weeks later. She and Savory has been involved in an on-again, off-again relationship for several months, but the relationship is definitely over, court heard. On again and off again. for several months. She's an escort. Y'all, all I'm saying is pimping ain't easy. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. So, a publication ban has been imposed on her identity. So, don't nobody know who she is or what have you. They said that Savri, or Baka Not Needed, has several prior convictions, none since 2007, for crimes including armed robbery, assault, discharging a firearm while committing a robbery, and possession for the purpose of trafficking. And that is all. And again, you'll see this because I'm gonna have it, on here. So Kendrick didn't lie then, because Baka, you had a weird case. Why were you around? And Drake celebrated when you got home. So he was right. The only thing you did was make all of us recheck what we knew already, right? If you really want to get mad at somebody, you should get mad at your boy, because your boy was disrespecting. And it's funny that you said that. Let's back up for a second. I was about to get in, but hold on. Let's back up for a second. It's funny that you said that. I got kids. Drake got a kid. I got a kid. Drake has a kid, and Kendrick doesn't. Kendrick has two. He also has a wife. Your boy disrespected his wife. What was he supposed to do? Say, "Oh, he already asked you to keep it a friendly fade." Your dumbass friend didn't, because he didn't know how to. Now, real quick, before we go any further with the dumbassity that your friend did, let's talk about your response. I was gonna respond directly, quickly. You wasn't about to do shit. What was you gonna say, Baka? You ain't ready for that. And you know what's funny? This is how funny this would have been if you would have responded. You know who actually would have responded if you would have responded? Even though Kendrick can handle his own battles, and everybody from the West sat back because they knew what this was going to be. But you know who I think would have jumped out there once you responded? Y'all would have unleashed the dogs. But the one person I know that would jump out immediately, because he would have wanted Kendrick to keep his target on Drake. Hitter J. Hitter J would have gotten you. Not because you're both equal, because I think Hitter J can rap way better than you, and Drake especially. But they would have kept it fair. You ain't ready for that type of rap warfare there. You're not ready for that. Ain't nobody scared of you, Baka not needed. Ain't nobody scared of Baka not needed. Calm down, Baka. You weren't about to do shit, but be mad because he caught you. You mad because look, your friend said some disrespectful stuff about his woman and about his friend that he's been knowing forever.
Heard that one of them little kids might be day free.
You're mad because the shit he said stuck. You want to know why? Because you got a weird case. Why are you around? Your friend got all these videos that at one point he was proud of, that we were able to look up and see, like, yo, what's going on with this young girl here? What's this about this? And there's dots that can be connected to the both of you, you idiot. So yeah, Baka, you have a weird case. Why are you around? Last but not least, let's talk about what America needs to do. First off, hip hop isn't American, it's Black American. You're not about to tell us Black Americans what to do on nothing about hip hop. You are a guest. Don't play, okay? There are more real hip hop fans and MCs in Canada that can spank y'all. And for you to even say that is crazy to me, because y'all have a whole King of the Dot up there. That's a whole battle rap circuit up there. Okay? Y'all got a whole battle rap circuit up there. You mean to tell me you crying over what Kendrick said, even though his shit was true and yours was false? You look at your wounds and sad because what he said stuck and yours didn't, and you got a whole King of the Dot up there in Canada. Them MCs is way better than y'all. We know that Drake done paid a couple of the battle rap folk to probably write for him. And if you was really that mad, why wasn't you in the lab with Drake helping him write this, since you're a phenomenal MC and you was gonna say this? You should have been right there tag teaming with Drake. Like, look, say this. Nah, put it on Canada, say that. Nah, on the Maple Leaf, we gonna do this. Y'all ain't do shit. but let the Canada dudes left him spiraling. So y'all, that's all I have to say about Baka Not Needed, because this whole conversation wasn't even needed. The person who was talking to him, he wasn't needed. You know what I'm saying? None of this was needed, but he wanted to think really act like, well, if I say this, that'll show that I'm telling the truth. No, it just show that you were still lying. You lost. Get over it. You not gonna win. This is hip hop. This is what hip hop is. If you don't like it, then take your ass back to pop where you belong. Because that's where Drake is supposed to be at. Pop. That was the whole point of this. To recategorize his ass back to what he was supposed to be, which is pop. That's it. Go back to pop and make your pop songs. That way you can have your pop stands and your pop friends, and he could have all the ghost riders he want. You want to know why? Because it's pop music. But when it comes to hip hop, that craft got to be his. He don't know that craft. He likes the craft. He's bought the craft, but he ain't the craft. All right, y'all. Y'all like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think about Baka Not Needed. How do you feel about the conversation, especially about him talking about what America need to do with hip hop? Because we stand for everything. That's why you got your ass whooped. That's just why. And the reason why, and you know what else? You're right though. We should have stood for it. We stood for it, and Drake wouldn't be where he was at today. So remember that. You're welcome. Okay, guys, like, share, subscribe. Bye.
Yeah.
What a
Well,
time.
what kind of advice did he give you, or how did he help you kind of take your music to the next step?
The greatest advice Wayne has ever given me, and it's a constant, it's less of advice and more of a constant reminder, which I love him so much for saying this to me, is, you know, he's always just like, man, please be yourself. Please don't ever try and be me or anybody else. Don't ever go get tattoos. You don't have to dress any different, you know, because I like from the day Wayne met me to now, I haven't changed anything about myself. He met me, and he really liked the kid that he met, you know.
How
and he
old
was
were
like,
you
don't,
then?
don't.
How old were you, Drake, when he met you?
Oh, that was about. I'd say it was like 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
2 or
now.
3 when that album came out. Yeah,
2 years ago. So, and he was like, don't stop smiling either. Don't try and get mean or aggressive. He's like, just be you, man. Just be you and rap about life and women and family and just love life and be happy. Be that guy. Be the guy that I could never be, because he can't be that guy, because he has tattoos all over his face. Then he has dreads and he has diamonds in his mouth, and he's a completely different person.